What's going on, Thunderstruck Gaming? It is the Bipolar Bear, and thank you so much to Thunder for letting me upload to TSG once again. I really do appreciate it. And what I brought for you today is it's pretty terrible gameplay, but it's Black Ops 3 gameplay nonetheless. And yes, this is Black Ops 3 in 2020, man. I jumped on this last weekend, and you know what? I was actually really surprised how quickly I found a game. Because it was like, I was in a TDM lobby, and it took about 30 seconds, and boom, I was in. I was like, wow. I was not expecting that to happen. I love Black Ops 3, dude. I did. I thought it was a great game. Biggest problem was for me, though, I was always a hardcore player. So coming over here and playing on core, that is a massive adjustment for me, and it's one I did not take to very well. I may have to go back and try hardcore, see if there's still like any kind of population going on over there, because you know, hardcore Black Ops 3 gameplay, yeah, that I could work with that. You know, but the thing is though, dude, it's only this on core that I struggle with. Like Black Ops 4, I do fine with. I get some great games. Modern Warfare, I get some great games there too. And I just don't understand why I struggle with core, TDM, and Black Ops 3. I don't know, man. But nonetheless, it kind of got me thinking, you know, why on earth are Activision pumping out games year after year after year? Like, when this is still so populated, dude. This game is 5 years old, alright? The only game that I know of that's doing that well over that amount of time, alright, a couple of games. You can look at CSGO and Rainbow Six Siege, maybe Team Fortress 2, but that's just, for me, that's just mind-blowing, dude. You know, it's been out for, what is it now? It came out in 2015, so yeah, it's going to be nearly 5 years come October, November time. And it's still going pretty damn well. Yeah, I was playing against people all over the world. You know, I was kind of doing a bit of a background check after, and you had a couple in from Europe. Over like 3 games, I think I found like one dude from England and one from Scotland, and the rest were kind of like from all over Europe, and a couple from America and stuff like that. So the connections were a little bit choppy, I'll give it that. But other than that, dude, it just kind of gave me that old nostalgia feels, you know, like, and I enjoyed it. It's a big adjustment though from going from boots on the ground. My god, I thought I'd get sick of hearing stats being said. But, you know, it's a big adjustment to go from that. You know, like I say, I play a lot of Black Ops 4, I play a lot of Modern Warfare, and from going from that to going from jumpy pew fun times, it's a massive adjustment to make. And, you know, I think kind of a lot of that compiled to why I was really struggling to kind of get to grips with how this game flow again. But other than that, like, I enjoyed it. You know, I really did enjoy it. And it just baffles me, like I say, how Activision insists on these developers putting a new game out year after year after year. It just makes no sense to me, dude. It just doesn't. Because the amount of money they could actually make instead of like putting all this development time and resources into making like a new game every year, instead of doing that, like how good would it be if they just supported a game for like 3 years at a time? You know, we had a new Call of Duty every 3 years, and these developers had so much time to work on their game to get it perfect. For me, what would be absolutely spot on is having one of the developers make a Call of Duty like every console generation. For me, that would be perfect. Oh, look, I know it's all pipe dreams. It never happened. Activision never let it happen. But could you imagine what game Treyarch could make if they were given like 6 years to develop it? Like, dude, they could make it crazy, and we wouldn't have all these stupid issues that we have when the games come out. Look how much they can do in 2 to 3 years. I mean, Black Ops 2 was 2 years. Look how much stuff they crammed in that game. Black Ops 3, granted, was 3 years, but there's still so many different things that they are able to do. I'm not going to count Black Ops 4 because I'm still pretty nadsed off that they didn't have a campaign with that, but that's not the point. We're kind of going to move on from there. It just seems like a complete missed opportunity to me when you have all these games coming out from Activision and Call of Duty that they just don't stay and support these games longer. Surely it's got to be cheaper instead of making a new game. And don't get me wrong, yeah, I know they love them sales and love them sales figures and whatnot, and this is the most successful game since this. But it just baffles me from when they could just, instead of releasing a new game and then having to support it, just have ongoing support like other games do and do very successfully, and have their own thing, you know, instead of like forcing a game out the door, it'd be broken as all hell, and then trying to basically do the Fortnite way of doing things. It's just always something it's just baffled me, man. And going back to Black Ops 3 kind of like made me realize that it doesn't need to happen. These games are still active, you know. I didn't run into a hacker or anything like that. Yeah, it was a little bit laggy here and there, but that was it. And Black Ops 3, even in 2020, it still looks good, you know. It still looks good, it still plays good. I mean, Modern Warfare definitely like pips it as far as graphic and sound goes, but that's a completely different animal altogether. But nonetheless, all that aside, it was great to play it again. I really did enjoy it. I sucked at it. I've definitely got to start practicing again, but nonetheless, it was a lot of fun.